We hope you enjoy this rebroadcast of Risk On's highest-rated topics for the previous week. Todd and Jason will return next week with their regularly scheduled programming. And now, Risk On.
Hey, it's episode 111. Hopefully there's some sound. It is July 14th, 10 days after the 4th of July. 1 month tomorrow was the opening trade at 29 for ALZN. It was a big opening.
Yep.
I was in New York, Jason, ringing the bell on the NASDAQ, which was a amazing experience. Could you go to my screen real quick? There you see it right there, Tampa Bay company, which we are based in Tampa Bay for ALZN Neuro. There's me, you can see my fat head right there in the middle with Nexus Stefan. The NASDAQ is a class act. Obviously, takes a lot to get approved to be on the NASDAQ, a lot of background checks. They're very thorough with our financials. They're very thorough with our auditors. It was a privilege the way they treated us. The NASDAQ is a wonderful organization. Shout out to Ashley, Sarah, all the people there. The head of global markets, I got to remember his name. He spoke there. You'll see him on the video.
Yeah.
It was an emotional day for me because obviously my father is now in a home and will not be able to be treated for Alzheimer's. He's likely going to pass away from it or the complications of Alzheimer's. My mom was there, which was wonderful. A lot of friends, a lot of sponsors, a lot of people that believed in us. It was truly a magical weekend. Really had an amazing day. And it's used on a limited basis because they have to test for blood. I heard one of the scientists tell me, and one of the doctors say, that even if nothing else, we do one thing, and that is make the drug less toxic than current lithium carbonate, you got a winner. And there's like 20 things that we could do. And he was telling me there's opportunities for MS with the drug because of its anti-inflammatory qualities, anti-inflammatory for the brain health. And so I left there more bullish than ever. I literally was more bullish than ever before. What did you think of the experience?
I thought that it was like an amazing experience. I was so happy to be there. Like there was just a lot going on, and I mean, I've never been in New York like at all, so that was like cool in itself. And then being able to go to the NASDAQ, it was really cool. I had quite a few friends like reach out to me, and they were like, "Oh my God, I was just reading about this stock. I can't believe you're involved in it." Like all that stuff, and I was like, it was pretty cool to be able to experience that, especially like with family.
It was crazy. Like I took like hundreds of pictures.
Right? Oh yeah, so I can't wait to
hundreds
see the
of pictures.
There's so many.
And the head of global markets was there. We got this little. We were out in Times Square, and my face is up on like a gigantic billboard.
Hey, look, Kush is on the big screen.
Hey, Kush. No comment. I will leave you with this. I am the chairman emeritus, so I'm not an employee. I'm not on the board. I brought in an expert team to run the company. I founded the company 6 years ago. I was told that couldn't be done. I was told that I couldn't get anything to treat Alzheimer's. I was told that I'd never get this an application into the FDA. I've been told lots of things I could never do. Mm-hmm. Your choice as to whether you want to join me in being part of it or not. That's completely up to you. But I'm living proof that it's possible to bring something public, to start it from scratch.
Yes, you did.
And when I did it, I didn't have any money. It was after the blow up of 2008, 2009, and I was struggling, and my friends helped me get it done. And all those people have been rewarded with hopefully creation of value to help people. I've never taken a penny out of the company. I haven't sold a single share. In fact, I bought more. And obviously, there will be a day where I sell because obviously I hope it's going to be higher, right?
Matt asks, when is phase 1 expected to start?
I believe the prospectus says so, Matt. For AL001, they filed the IND already. Now, this is I know enough about this to be dangerous, Matt. So let me say this. So without a clinical hold, it starts. You can start it 30 days after that. I would read the prospectus, but I believe it's the beginning of September.
I think you're right.
That's where the first patients are supposed to be dosed. But I read that in the prospectus.
It's in the prospectus,
yeah. And then there's other drug. The other drug will then file a pre-IND, and then that'll go eventually into patients. That's all the hope. But obviously, if you read what the company said about it, they're looking to meet an unmet need and fast track it. So they got to.
Yes.
The safety profile is because it's lithium, co-crystallization, salicylate, and proline, and apparently that composition of matter has never been put together with a lithium drug, and that's what makes it unique and novel and a small molecule.
And we do qualify for the FDA fast track.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Yeah, I think so.
In the prospectus, but I strongly suggest, Matt, you don't listen to one word I said. You read that prospectus
For sure.
Co-crystal. No, it's not the same space, Matt. The co-crystallization is a methodology of how to deliver a drug. The COCP co-crystal pharma not the same at all. Other than we're both in biotech, different delivery, a way of crystallizing the molecule. And with that and $1, you'll have all my knowledge of science.
One other thing, Peter. Yes, we know JDR is stateside, the Naked CEO. We know he's here.
Yeah, we know him. I'm wondering, it's strange, I haven't heard from him. He promised me I'd be the first interview in America.
Yeah, he's here. I don't know if he's on the East Coast. He's probably in New York, if I had to guess.
I saw him.
But, hey, the time zones are almost syncing up now.
Sure.
Any 13D filings for today for DPW, Josh asks.
We filed the 13D on HUSA, H-U-S-A. What do we have outstanding 13Ds? FRD, Friedman Industries, SSNT,
and HUSA.
H-U-S-A.
Yep.
HUSA.
Those three.
I don't have any comments.
Todd, you got your glasses on?
Hey, it was up $12,000 today.
All right, big deal.
We bought it we have 175,000 shares.
Right.
At 17.5414.
Right.
And it got marked at 1408 today.
Okay.
Now,
So
I added some.
did we say the ticker?
AG, Apple George.
First Majestic. Real quick on this chart. Since 1980, silver is the only metal price below the 1980 high. You can see it, the comparison.
Is that true?
It's very true. I mean, you're looking at copper, 205% change, lead 84%, nickel 182.
Silver down 43%.
Yeah.
Well, that was when the Hunt brothers are trying to. They were trying to.
There's been squeezes in all.
They're trying to squeeze
in
the
all
marketplace.
metals. But listen, let's talk about what's going on here. Nick, can you see this? I want to show you guys the CPI numbers. Just let me build my case a little bit. Let me have a little bit of fun.
Well,
CPI numbers.
I think that's a Boilermaker bumpy.
They all came
so
in
proud
high.
of DPW family, especially Mr. Ault. Great job on ALZN NASDAQ listing building. Hey, thanks. I can never tell if someone's a real fan or not, but I'll take it as a positive. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I will take that as a positive. Boilermaker bumpy.
Can we watch this video?
Let's watch it.
All right, cool. Let me put this down so Nick doesn't yell at me. Hold on. Okay, so obviously we've been gone for a few days, so we've got a little bit of information that we haven't covered, and I wanted to show you. This made, so you know it's interesting when this makes CNN. What's that all about?
Let's play it.
It's coming right now. Here we go. Full screen. Coming at you. Refresh.
Movement is gaining momentum, and they want to send the price sky high. Christina Partsinevelos is here with more. Christina.
They go by the name of Silver Apes, Silver Stackers, and Wall Street Silver. The 123,000 plus members encourage each other to buy bars and coins as a hedge against inflation. They want to push up the price of silver to, $1,000. The spot price right now is just hovering around $26 today. But retail traders argue there are way more paper claims, such as derivatives, for example, on silver than actual hardcore tangible silver. In other words, if demand for silver increased, supply would run short and the price would surge. But the squeeze on silver does differ from the squeeze on companies like GameStop and AMC. There's a lot of silver out there and not as many silver short sellers to attack. Money managers have had net long positions on the metal since 2019, according to data from the Commodity Futures Trading Commission.
If you think of the history of silver, humanity has been mining this stuff since we discovered picks and shovels, right? I mean, there's plenty of silver above ground. A little like gold, it doesn't get thrown away.
And that's why many around the world do believe currencies are very vulnerable and that physical investments are the way to go. They even helped push up the price of silver to a 5-month high just this past January, which is why we called that a short squeeze as well. And according to the Silver Institute, the demand for bars like this and this is a silver bar right now, are expected to soar to 26% of total demand, up from 8% last year. One member of a group of silver apes told me that he believes the market is manipulated by bullion banks, and that's why he's holding on to this stuff for a lot longer. I knew you wanted to see it.
I thought it was an iPhone at first.
Yeah, no,
Sit right on. Come to the parents' table. Here, come on up.
This is worth about $300.
This is $300. That's
Yeah,
heavy.
It's 10 ounces.
That is really.
How heavy?
That's a lot of.
He's
bull.
really never
It's
seen that
quite
before.
heavy. I should have looked up the weight so that I could have made maybe a book for anybody watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
Looks like a little credit card.
Oh yeah, credit card.
Right?
Oh, yeah, she's pretty cool. She's
Worth a
pretty
lot
cool.
more.
Well, especially
Putting on the credit
especially
card
because so many
and who
people
owns
are
it.
storing silver, gold in their houses, or more specifically, if you're getting a lot, in vaults all across the world. Gaining
So
in popularity.
Where do you
All right,
where do you
short
put
this.
silver though?
I got 100-ounce bars.
No, but where do you? I mean, to be safe.
Stack them in my safe, my fireproof safe at home. You don't put it in a vault or a safe deposit box because you just don't do that.
So you make your house worth a bunch of money because it's got silver in it.
Yeah, you put them next to your AR-15s. So here's the thing. You know that with solar panels, with the electrification of the grid, each solar panel takes 0.67 ounces of silver. Silver's being used biomedically. It's the highest conductible electricity.
Hey, we appreciate everybody. Thank you guys so much for today. It's June 14th. This is the 111th episode. Text us at 949-799-1831. We will make sure we send you some merch. Put in merch in there if you want to. Put in big if you want to be part of big business. Randy, what's the rest of the week look like for you?
Well, if I'm invited back tomorrow, I'll have a Formula One preview of the weekend for you.
You will be invited back tomorrow. It is Wednesday, the 14th. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, thanks to the NASDAQ for what was the most wonderful event I've ever had as a public company. It was wonderful. Thanks to everybody at ALZN, everyone at Ault Global DPW, the senior management, all the employees, everybody. Nick, who was with us, everybody that was there, the whole team. It was wonderful. We'll see you tomorrow.
July 15th.
Hey, it's July 15th. It's Todd Ault. This is Risk On. This is the greatest show about risk ever, in my opinion, but to many, it probably is not. That's a forward-looking statement. It's just my opinion that it's the greatest show about risk. But we should probably talk about risk if it's going to be the greatest show about risk. Like I said, it's July 15th. Skyla's in the house. Say hello, Skyla.
Hello.
You feeling better right now?
Yeah, except for a headache, but other than that, I'm all good.
No more vomiting?
No.
Good. Good to hear. What about you, Jason? How you feeling?
Feeling great.
You got your butt whipped last night in poker?
Got
First time I've ever seen Jason lose, and ever since I've known you playing poker.
Lost one other time this year with Joe. Crypto
really?
Joe. Yeah, that's it.
I won a little bit.
Yeah.
I think a whopping $25 or something. My wife, when I got home, she's like, "What'd you win? What'd you win? What'd you win?" Does it really matter?
No.
No. But I already owed you, so I just
Not
paid
on
you.
that scale. It doesn't matter.
That was fun.
There's a lot of issues going on right now in this country. I don't even know where to start. Powell's on today. Powell's running his mouth every day. Yellen comes out just a couple minutes ago. Old Janet says Yellen sees several more months of rapid inflation. Worries about the impact on home buyers. Well, there's a huge wage stagnation and huge increase in home prices. So yeah,
OEG was up today a little bit.
yeah, that one's
It's the doldrums of summer, man.
is.
I got nothing. You got anything?
honestly, I hate to say it, but there's a lot more upside on the short side.
We're short.
Yeah, I hate to
It's the dog
be
days
pessimistic.
of summer here.
We
Give me
could
something
talk
to talk
about, let's talk about Kathy Wood and Coinbase.
Let's cover that. What'd she sell? No, you need to tell me. Did she really sell Workhorse or not?
We're looking.
What, you still looking?
She sold $12.5 million in PayPal to load up more on Coinbase.
Yeah, but PayPal's had a big move, right?
let's see what else she did. She
Now, this is what I can't understand. Okay, I'm just going to read you something.
wow, she's got a lot of Coinbase.
I'm going to read you something. I want to look at the headline. See, this is the point here.
Transitory.
Really? Come on, man.
Yeah, right.
Yellen sees several more months of rapid inflation. Worries about impact on home buyers. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told CNBC on Thursday that she expects the U.S. economy will see several months of rapid inflation. She expects prices to ultimately fall back to normal levels, citing market-based inflation measures as proof of long-term expectations remain in check. However, she expressed concerns that the impact on lower income buyers at the time when housing prices are soaring. This is code for not good.
Yeah.
Because she says we expect it to come back.
Yeah, okay.
But she's worried. Are you worried?
Very much so.
Well, let's cover it.
Well,
let's
I'm
not
not
be
buying-
boring. Come on, man. Let's cover it. What do you got?
Well, I'm not buying a house in Vegas. I know you did.
You know the house I bought in Vegas?
Yeah, I know.
It's already up.
Yeah. Well, that's...
Should I sell?
No.
No.
No. The dollar is crumbling. It's worth a lot less every day. And your buying power in the real estate market is diminishing. The prices will not go down. You know, even though lumber goes down, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be adjusted from a home builder's perspective. Rates are low, sure, I'll give you that. However, what's the average annual income for a family of 4 in the United States?
What is it now? I was curious.
Let's take a look, because I guarantee it's not running with the cost of home ownership and all the ancillary expenses, food, gas, utilities. Let's take a look. I mean, it's going to obviously incorporate the coastal elite cities with, you know, a lot larger incomes. But what about what Joe Biden says? The flyover states, like they don't matter. These people are crazy.
Did you have a chance to go over the market yet?
Not yet.
Let's cover the market real quick.
Let's see. $49,000. Wow.
For what?
Average annual income, 2020.
For a family of 4?
Yeah.
Skylar, do you think that's true?
Let's take a look at it.
I feel like it could be more.
What is the average American income in 2021? Last modified July 8th, 2021, policyadvice.com. I don't know exactly here if what their political leanings are. I don't know if there are political leanings in straight math. Of course, you'd have to ask Andrew Yang that. Hey, the median household income in the United States in 2019 was $68,703. The average wage in 2019 in the U.S. was $51,916. That doesn't make sense. $19 per hour. The real median personal income in U.S. in 2019, $35,977. What percentage of Americans make over $100,000? 34%? Does that make sense?
Nah, you're reading. We got to get our facts.
Yeah,
right
that
here.
doesn't make sense.
This is like a plethora of bad behavior.
Yeah, that
here.
doesn't seem.
Skylar, I'm in a mood where I want to hear a couple jokes today.
A couple, okay.
So let's start off with one right now. What do you got? You have one, don't you?
I do. I have a couple. I just wanted to. Which
Just
one
give
I
me
was
the
gonna
first
say
one first.
First one that pops up to my head. What is a foot long and slippery?
Foot long and
Oh my-
slippery.
Here we go.
Uh-oh. What?
A slipper.
A slipper.
Wait,
Oh,
how is that
Jesus.
slippery?
These are all dad
A
jokes.
slippery. It's slippery because it's a slipper.
I need another one. That was terrible.
Slips on, slips on.
Slippery. I got it.
How do you deal with the fear of speed bumps?
How do you what?
How do you deal with the fear of speed bumps?
How?
You slowly get over it.
Now we're talking.
That's good. I appreciate Mark because he's just asking a question.
Yeah. No, we're
But
not.
people on Stock Twits, I've given up. I've given up on that channel. I've given up. I've tried to like respond to people, blah, blah, blah. They completely, there's some people that are very smart, but most of them that are writing over and over again somehow really, oh, Todd's a criminal. Really?
No, Todd's.
Do you think I could run the company if
Yeah.
that was the case? Really? He's a fraudster. He's been frauding for years. Really?
Unbelievable.
Anytime you get in any kind of business situation, you have disputes with people. It happens. 32 years of disputes and doing deals. Not everyone's going to be friends. Come on, man. Get your money right. Okay. Hey, Chris is in the house. Chris is the newly appointed CEO of the real estate division.
Agree. I agree. I
Yeah,
said.
agree.
Yeah, I
agree. You agree? I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
But what's most important is Chris is head of alternative investments. Chris, why do you think it's so hard for the average person to understand structure. You know, one of the things I think that's confusing about DPW, and I don't want to talk about DPW, I want to talk about, Ault Global. I want to talk about why do you think that, it's truly an eclectic field, right? I mean, it's just really like, there's not a lot of people that do it and really want to get in that structure. You take your time with it, but do you find a lot of people don't understand when you're structuring a deal? Or is it just because you deal with Wall Street guys, they all understand it? I'm curious as to what you think about structured finance and the confusion that is reported in SEC filings. You know, it's hard for people to understand it.
Well, I mean, like anything else, you know, it has to be unpacked. And it's not like the transaction structures that I've been putting together for the past 25 years are obvious. In fact, it's oftentimes pretty opaque. So, you know, you got to peel back the onion. And then the question is, if you peel back the onion, how many layers and do people get, you know, the value? Do they get the investment proposition after that? So, you know, my experience, particularly with people who are looking at a variety of investment opportunities, that you really have to boil it down for them, and then I think create an incentive to understand what the investment thesis is. And sometimes, it can't be more than a couple, 3 bullet points, just because there's so many demands on people's attention, So I think that's sort of what it is. It's complex.
Very. Adnan with a WW4231. You gonna comment on that one?
What did he say?
Josh, you got that one?
Where is it?
It's WW4231.
I don't see it.
Todd, will you comment? Let's see. Todd, will you commit when ALZN restricted shares expire that you will sell DPW's 2 million IPO shares of ALZN before you or other management of DPW sell even 1 share of ALZN?
That's a good question. Would I commit? I don't know.
He might.
I don't know that I'm a seller.
Will you comment? No, he said, will you commit?
Oh. Huh. I don't know that I'm a seller.
Yeah.
It depends on where the stock's trading. It's important to understand that we do have committees here. And when there's any kinds of conflict of interest where my interests are not aligned with the company, we go to committees to talk about those decisions. So I can't commit to anything. But what I will tell you is that, we look at other Alzheimer's type biotech stocks.
ANVS
and
SAVA.
SAVA, and we compare where they are where we are.
Yeah.
And then we look accordingly to what the value is. You have to kind of, as Chris, our friend, said, unpack the onion to peel it back and figure out the value.
That's a
Can you explain again what happens? So if you buy more than 14.9% of a company in Delaware, without permission from the board, you then have restrictions on your ability to combine your business operations for 36 months unless you get 66 2/3 of the non-affiliated shareholders that are not affiliated with that 14.9 to get approval. Now, you simply can bypass that by getting board approval. That's called Delaware 203. And so if you buy more than 9.9% in any 6-month period and trade, you have to give up the gains generally, not always. There's exceptions, and there's rules around this, but you generally, if you buy and sell over 9.9% of a company in a 6-month period, you then have to give those gains up and expunge them to the company.
Right.
Or disgorge them to the company, not expunge them. So, Chris, what did you think of the NASDAQ and the parties? We were back here celebrating ALZN. Did you have fun?
I mean, it was super exciting. I mean, that was a lot of euphoria. And I think the emotions that were being expressed told me that it was really the culmination of years of dedication by a large group of people, and in particular, your leadership. And it was great that you were able to express your feelings to the marketplace. And yes, there's more work to be done, but it's important to celebrate our successes along the way and triumphs. So congratulations to you and the company and Stefan. It was a great experience for me. More often than not, in the last 15 years, I've been more experiencing sort of what happens at a first day hearings at a Chapter 11 filing. So it's quite a little bit a different type of feeling, which was special.
I don't know if people know that about you, but you really do some complex bankruptcy work where you take an asset that's in bankruptcy and try to help it emerge from bankruptcy better and in better shape. One of the most complicated things I've ever seen done was the bankruptcy and restructuring of the hotel into what was, I consider to be the most complicated partnership I've ever seen. Was that second nature for you? Would you raise about $150 million, $145 million, plus another $20 million in equity and solve that project, save that project effectively?
Yeah, I mean, that was, and I've been, again, doing this for a really long time. And, the asset really didn't have significant value because it was a leasehold. Obviously, it was an opportunity to get some exit construction financing, but there are aspects of the lease that made it difficult that the landlord wasn't consenting to. And so we use a bankruptcy process to provide some surety bonds to give some additional comfort to the landlord, who finally consented, and that paved the way for an exit construction loan. And something happened that I never did before in any other case, which was we reorganized the equity of the debtor before a plan was filed, which creates a lot of uncertainty. But I think there was a lot of creativity on the part of Josh Caspi and Jim Parks, who was our partner in that project. And that was a group effort, and it was very, very complicated, but we had a good result. Hopefully we'll have a grand opening in July of next year, and New York will be back to where it was, and even better.
Yeah, we were in New York. Some people went to visit the property. Really coming along nicely.
Hey,
Yeah.
Speaking of New York, Chris, you're a New Yorker. Todd, we have office in New York. Hey, on 1945.com, Nick, this is quite interesting, if you would. Will New York drive local gun makers out of business? Apparently, Governor Cuomo, the first of its kind, has signed the liability bill into law earlier this month. Basically, that's going to allow the public to hold gun manufacturers in New York State liable for their products creating a public nuisance and the harm the products could or may cause. It's likely to be challenged in federal court. Obviously, you saw recently there was a challenge for people under the age of 21, 18 to 21 years of age, and handgun restrictions. They said, no, that violates their Second Amendment rights. So that got squashed. However, if we're talking about everyday small businesses that are gun manufacturers in New York, for example, Mike Santola, owner of All Star Tactical in Greece, New York, that's by Rochester, and that's how you say it, by the way, it's Rochester, not Rochester. He says that's going to be a big issue. I know there's several gun manufacturers in New York that are probably looking at this very closely. They could possibly be looking at other states that are more Second Amendment friendly. Could it be red states? Yeah, I hate to say it. It's pretty politicized. The Second Amendment is there. The founders anticipated that there could be a need to stand up to tyrannical regimes. You see what's going on in Cuba, South Africa, all across the world right now. Just the Second Amendment wasn't only there put in place for tyrannical regimes. That's what it was originally caused for in case government got too much power. But in everyday life, generally speaking, the only thing that stops a good guy with a gun is a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. So Yeah, I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment. I just found this Letitia James here from New York, the Attorney General. I see this getting challenged, but I want to see what happens with gun makers in New York State to see what happens if they drive more businesses.
Did you ask
out.
Chris a question?
Well, I wanted to know what his thoughts were on this, actually. He's a New Yorker.
Well, look, I think, people say, and I support this belief, that an armed society is a polite society.
Listen to how cool and calm he said that.
An armed society is a polite society.
I agree 100% with that.
Wow.
I also think that that's not a constructive statement from the governor. I think that we have a history at the federal level of protecting, shielding companies from product liability.
Mm-hmm.
And so, certainly not being a lawyer, I really can't comment from a legal perspective what the implications are. But I think if we look at better places for manufacturing, it's about the incentives. The political climate is manifested in other types of interferences of manufacturers, and so it's likely that New York is not the most constructive state for firearms manufacturing, but that's something that we should all pay attention to as a New Yorker.
Sure. And it's not like you guys haven't seen politicians drive and scurry away potential jobs, high-paying jobs. Look at AOC and Amazon, for example. I'm sure you're aware of that situation.
I mean, that was a personal disappointment as a citizen of New York for, over 27 years, where I don't know how many jobs it was estimated, but I've certainly heard things like there could have been the potential for over 100,000 jobs paying over $100,000 a year in salary.
Yep.
And so, to me, that's prosperity and opportunity for New Yorkers that we were deprived of.
Chris, will you be with us tomorrow, too?
I may or may not.
What time do you fly out?
2 o'clock, so I may miss it. Yeah.
That'll be tough for you. Hey, we won't be doing the show early, though, either. So.
All right.
Hey, everybody, thanks so much for being with us today. The 112th episode of Risk On. It's June 15th. Yeah, Texas, 949-799-1831. 949-799-1831. Appreciate you being with us today. I'm a little melancholy, a little tired. But the market's a little tired. It's the dog days of summer. But I can tell you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go have lunch with Chris Wu, one of the smartest guys on the team. Maybe the smartest ever. See ya. Hey, it's the 113th episode of Risk On. Well, it may be the greatest show about risk ever. Joining me in studio today is Crypto Joe. Crypto, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Sitting in for Skyla. You might not be as pretty as her, but you are smarter.
My hair. Wow.
Oh,
wow.
That was a joke.
It's a good compliment.
I said, I didn't mean you. I wasn't implying you were smarter than Skyla. I was saying you are a smart guy. That just came out incorrectly. Sorry. Oh. I was trying to say she's better looking.
She is. I don't have long blonde hair. I'm not young anymore.
For sure. What, did we lose this today?
Yeah, I was looking for the whoa.
What's wrong?
No. Oh.
Skyla is on a well-deserved vacation because she took me to New York and she dealt with all that nonsense about organization, having 50 people going left and right, tons of hotel rooms, blah, 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 blah. Speaking of blah, 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 Jason, what's up?
Blah, blah, blah to the market today, all week, actually.
You know, I don't know that it's possible to hedge out the risk. We are short massively. Still had the biggest drawdown we've had in a single day in a while. We got crushed. Happy Friday. Wham! And so, Jason, take it from here.
So Jarrett Canyon, okay, that's in Elko, Nevada, up near Reno. They recently made the acquisition from Eric Sprott, a well-known billionaire, huge precious metals guy. You might be familiar with his fund, ticker symbol PSLV, where they actually take the money and literally buy silver bullion with it and store it in their vault. Unlike SLV, which is a little bit different ETF. I'll let you guys do the due diligence on that. However, we decided that the thesis is inflation isn't going anywhere. We would like to hedge our portfolio in commodities.
But that hasn't pulled back as far. PLSAV.
PSLV?
PSLV.
Yeah. Is it around 9? I haven't looked.
It's 9.04, and the last month it's down. Well, today it's down 27 cents, so it pulled back 3% today.
Okay.
But if you put that side by side with, wow, we've gotten smoked.
Yeah, AG's gotten smoked.
Yeah, someone is unloading that, as they say.
The thing with AG is the market hasn't caught up to the asset, in my opinion, Jarrett Canyon, which is the gold mine in Nevada. Nevada, one of the top 10 most friendliest states or districts, if you will, for mining. And also, Keith had a call recently. They're looking for another acquisition in Nevada. So currently, they are 60% silver play, 40% gold play with this massive acquisition of Jarrett Canyon, which does about 110 to 120,000 ounces of gold per year. Yes, that's right. 120,000 ounces times $1,800. I'll let you do the math. But Keith says they're only about 50 to 60% at capacity, and he's projecting around 200,000 ounces of gold mined in 2024. Those are his words, not mine. You guys can look up the call. It was a very good call. And also, they have the ability to do even more down at the one of the Mexican mines for silver. The reason they're doing some diversification is it could be possible for some of these countries to nationalize their mines, not just Mexico, but Argentina, Bolivia, Colombia. And they want to make sure they have diversification in their business, because if countries decide to nationalize their mines and harvest all the gold and silver for themselves, copper, zinc, what have you, then that kind of shuts out the Canadian, the American, all the other mining companies from actually doing business there. So I like what Keith is doing here by expanding his footprint into the United States, into a friendly state. So currently the pressure on silver and gold is not working as far as our thesis goes. However, the inflationary side, in my opinion, is working, and I don't think it's going to get better. And always think about this. Silver and gold have been around for thousands of years. Silver's used in a lot of industrial. 0.67 of an ounce is used in each solar panel. So as we expand the green and electrification and alternative energy footprint in this country, they're going to be using silver in solar panels like crazy. And also they use a lot of silver in other industrial avenues. It's the best conductor of metal, of electricity. People didn't realize that. They're like, Jason, I thought copper is the best way to move electricity. No, it's silver. So somebody actually said that. They actually
Really?
did. Yeah, it's silver. Highest conductivity of electricity. Yeah,
Really?
look it up. So somebody says, I personally like PSLV. Yeah, PSLV. I prefer that personally over SLV because of the direct correlation with silver purchases from the Sprott Fund. So we're trying to have Keith on the program. If anybody knows Keith at First Majestic Silver, please reach out to him. Tell him to get in touch with us at Risk On.
What is your thoughts so far? You've spent a long time here. I see you out there shooting, going in your pool. What's your thoughts on Vegas so far? What's Diana's thoughts a little bit?
I think we like it. I mean, to quote Robin Williams, it's hot, damn hot, mighty hot. But other than that,
you think you like it?
Yeah, I you know what? Here's the thing. I've experienced in my house the spring and the fall. Winter, we're driving here since January, so I mean we're driving every week. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to now that we're settled in and go not just shooting, but going and hiking in Red Rock and going up to the mountains. You know, so doing all the fun stuff, and hopefully next year getting on a boat in the spring instead of the summer and going out fishing. So we'll see what happens.
Let me ask it to you this way. What do you miss about California?
Wow. My children, that's about it.
Okay.
Aren't most of them here? No.
No, two of them are
Just one of them?
Two of them are in Cali, so that's about it. I mean, other than that, I don't miss California even a little bit.
Todd, you missed the traffic over there in California?
My friend, it's the strangest thing for me. I've not missed California one day.
Yep.
I love parts of California are beautiful. The people are great. I haven't missed it. I don't know why. I'm sure there will be a time when I do, but maybe there was just the right time for me to move. I like Newport a lot. There's a lot of things about it. Don't like the traffic.
Look, I'm not saying there isn't, but I mean, when I had to drive, I drove 14 miles to work, and it would take an hour each way every day for 14 miles.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to be here. In fact, I just leased an additional spot in the building, man.
We did.
Let's get bigger. It's got a lot of employees here now.
We do about 20 plus.
Is that true?
I think so.
Wow.
That's getting,
That's getting up there.
Yeah.
For our headquarters.
Hey, we went and played poker last night. No, sorry. We went to the M. We wanted to play poker. There was no room for us.
10 seats and 10 seats were occupied.
Taken the whole time.
Wow.
So we sat with Chris Wu and my son, played a little blackjack. Some people are not allowed to play blackjack there.
Who would that be, Todd?
Who could that be?
I was providing moral support.
But he was providing some moral support, and we crushed him. Literally crushed him.
Yeah.
Crushed him. It was like a taking money from
Why
a
don't you
baby.
go play 3-card or craps?
No.
Double.
So Chris said he got back after we left. He got back to even.
Yeah.
Then he said he had to play craps,
boy.
and he had no choice, and he lost $150.
Okay.
But I left there with a double.
Yeah.
Chase left there with a up 55%.
Yep.
In like 11 hands.
Double animal style. Todd's getting all the double bets, all the split bets were coming in nicely.
So this is true story. So I decided, okay, I'm up like 625 or something. I'm like, there's a stack. I don't know how many reds that was.
Yeah.
What do you think that was? 30, 40, $50?
$50. It was 50. I think it was
$50.
Yeah.
And I put it out there. There's a new dealer. I said,
no, it was 40, Todd, because you won a blackjack. It was
right.
$40.
$40. And I said, I'm gonna leave it out there till I lose and I'm done. It doubled it 5 times.
Yeah.
And so I just left it there. Boom, double.
Wow.
Gave you the first hand was a blackjack.
Yep. 40 pays 60.
But you could see the pit bosses coming over, looking over us.
What's he gonna do? You're playing blind. I mean, how?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching, and that was all I was doing was watching.
I know, but
yeah,
they were sniffing you out.
I don't understand why. It's a small casino.
It's because they know you're a poker player.
It's a six deck.
It's 6 deck.
Can't count 6 deck.
Well, that's not true.
Well, we won't get into that.
Careful.
Let's not get into that.
Whatever.
All right,
man.
so here's what happened.
I was just gonna get into the Phil Ivey thing where he was edge carding it.
Oh, that was the Baccarat. Let me tell you about this. Okay, this is from a pit boss's point of view.
Yeah, the way the cards are cut.
Yeah, it's shuffle tracking, stuff like that. But generally speaking, the pit bosses will be more likely to look at a single deck or double deck game versus a 6 deck game because there's the more opportunity for advantage players in the single deck and double deck games. We'll just leave it at that.
Yep. So
Chase says a good team win. I'm like, come on, Chase, it's not a team win. Give me a break.
So a team win.
Jason?
Yeah.
You guys didn't pop his virgin roll, did you? Chase's?
Wait,
craps? Has he
no,
popped his virgin
we gotta
roll?
play.
When Chris is here next, we need to break that roll.
Yeah.
We need to break that and play.
Hey,
it.
Chris was Chris is, you know what? Chris is a fun gambler.
Oh, I'm sure.
My buddy Sam runs an Adrenaline Mountain. They have a flamethrower.
Wow.
Wow.
Where's that?
I'm in Orange County. Been looking at Vegas.
$5 gas. Movement garage. Sorry,
You
man.
know, I think it's a mindset because I just decided because it's hot. There's no question right now it's hot.
Oh yeah.
It's been 105.
It's 102 right now.
It's been 105 to 113 every day.
Yep.
And as long as you have air conditioning, I don't know. It's just the mindset. It hasn't bothered me. It is a different kind of heat. I hate to be that old guy who says it's dry heat, but there's a couple days that wasn't dry heat.
Right.
But the roads are bigger. If you like food like I do, the restaurants are wonderful.
For sure.
I will tell you, there's something about the freeways. They're bigger, but it all seems like everyone wants to get into an accident.
It's bad.
It's like a strange way of driving, or it's wide open, you know? I love it here.
Someone smarter than me is always gets me to avoid the highways.
You and I play poker or blackjack a couple times a week.
Yeah.
We limit what we play. You seem to win on video poker. I don't win on any
Look,
video machine.
I'm up and down on video poker. It depends. Like the other day.
But you were on a tear for a while.
I was up more than a couple $1,000. But look, I was in there one night. The other night, me and Di decided Friday night's the only night we'll do it, and we go in. And I taught her, and she says, "Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm gonna quit." Right? I said, "Just play 20 more bucks," and she hits $450 because, all the video top machines are odds. Either you win right away, or you build up to it like any slot machine. There's an odds to it, and if you don't play the odds right, you're gonna get busted. It's literally Jason's bankroll management theory. If you go in there with $100 and that's all you're gonna play, you're gonna get busted out. But I watched someone just the other night next to Diana was playing probably, I want to say $5, maybe $6 a spin, and she hit $7,800. So it's bankroll management, man, because she was into it like for $2,000.
Have we decided what day the official conference is yet?
We're thinking it's the last week of October, but we're just trying to finalize some of the details and make sure we get the sign-up site up and get the hotels booked out.
If you guys could all do me a favor, what do you think of the last weekend in October? Now, this is my preference. You come in Friday, Saturday, go home Sunday. But apparently, since Sunday is Halloween, people are like, "Oh, we got to let them go early." But really, does it really matter? It's, you can't miss a Halloween.
Why don't you do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
People got to work, Ben.
But people want to also go to Vegas. I mean,
Yeah.
Satish, you're correct, by the way. It was there's a recent offering they did. That's my concern there. What does that mean? Say that again?
Where?
Who's a federal holiday? What?
Halloween is Nevada Day.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Halloween is a federal holiday?
That's when Nevada became a state.
Wow. What the hell?
October 31st.
Are you out of your mind?
Are you
Is that
trolling
true?
us?
Oh, we're gonna have to get HR adding that. To
So
the
you have that
calendar.
Friday off before Halloween?
Oh yeah, or the Monday. If it landed on that.
That's cool.
Wow. That's crazy. I've
Makes
never heard of
Halloween
that.
Parties easier.
Yeah, so Buddy B is saying if you have kids, it's harder.
Yeah, that is true.
Darn it.
What do we got to do?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you can hang with them Saturday. Make it a special thing on Saturday where they get to hang. We'll go to some fun places.
Hotel rates would be better.
The thing I talked about.
Way better. Hotel rates would be way better during the week.
Oh, they'd be way better.
It's like night and day.
So would probably the convention
Brian
center.
Goodson.
Yes, Brian.
It's a Bill Goodson production.
Great question.
It's a Todd Goodson. What's that called? I know that Goodson name's a famous name. That's a famous last name, Goodson. It's a Mark Goodson production or something. I know that. I've seen that before. It's famous, right? No one
TV?
cares.
Bill Todd. I know what you're talking about.
Whatever.
Anyway.
The new real estate company. What, Brian? Let me say something to you that I have put in an endless amount of investor decks, 8Ks, disclosures, and Ault Global, which is the name of the company, Ault Global Holdings, because it has global holdings in Italy. It has, in England. It has 3 companies. It owns part of AVLP, which is going to be MTX International when it's finally done with its audit. What did I miss?
No, nothing. The real estate entity.
So we're trying to hire up the food chain. Chris is a incredibly educated and talented investor.
Oh yeah,
beyond smarter than me, man. A lot of people are smarter than me. We are trying to become a holding company, which is what we are. Our core holdings are 3 companies: Ault Alliance, which is an alliance between the public and private companies. The 2 core positions we have, the defense business, Gresham Worldwide, is made up of Gresham Limited in England, Relac, an acquisition we made, Enertech in Israel, Microphase in Connecticut. Did I miss anybody? No. And on the Coolisys side, we have Coolisys, which owns Turn On Green, and it owns Digital Power, the original company from 1969, Digital Power Corp.
Mm-hmm.
Completely separate management teams. There's a group of people that run the defense businesses, and then they have CEOs. There's a group of people that run the power electronics business, and they have subsidiaries. We are the shareholder. We own the shares of those companies. Therefore, we control their destiny. We hire and fire the management teams that work there, right? Usually the CEO. We are a holding company. We are a holding company that owns other companies. We're not an investment company. So inside Ault Alliance, which I am the executive chairman of, there's a CEO named Darren Mago, who I've known for 30 years, who went to college with me. And that company has companies.
Alliance Cloud Services.
Alliance Cloud Services, which owns a data center in Michigan. What's the name of the crypto miner? Is it, I don't know what the heck they call it. It's not the old crypto miner. It's inside Alliance Cloud Services, they're mining.
Right.
They own that building, which has a separate name. That building leases out real estate in the building, and then part of it's a data center. Big behemoth building.
Yep.
In there's a company called Digital Power Lending, where there's a manager. And then that Digital Power Lending has a portfolio of loans and investments it has. That's what we talk about when we trade sometimes. And that Digital Power Lending is a big contributor now. We just reported 2 quarters in a row of the contribution it has to the earnings power of what you know is all global DPW. In there are other investments like a hotel in New York City where we're a limited partner, Sandstone, which is, you know, an old investment that, for lack of a better word, isn't doing that great. What else do we own in there? Oh, Agree.
Yep.
Ault Global Real Estate Equities.
Yeah, it's on the screen, Nick, if you want to look at that real quick. Here's the most recent PR, July 16th.
So we look at these things as platforms. So we have a holding company platform that raises the capital. Then I allocate it with Will to the separate subsidiaries. And then we own a lending platform, and lending and investment platform. So we make investments and loans into usually public companies or public companies that go public. If we want to hold them and consolidate them, they generally go on the other side of the ledger with someone like Cocrystallization or the defense business. If we were to make a strategic acquisition, it would probably become just a subsidiary on its own, like Cocrystallization was. We have said many times we're looking to bring Cocrystallization and the defense business public at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been disclosed like 100 times. Okay, not like 100. Okay, 25, 10, 5, 8, whatever. What kind of jet did you fly up to New York? My jet of choice usually is most of the time I've ever flown on a private jet, it's a G4. The economics are better than a G5. A G4 you can get for like $3 million. The operating cost is about $4,300 an hour. G4s are older, but they're made really well, and they're very efficient if you have good Rolls-Royce engines. I have never flown a Airbus business jet. However, I was going to tell the audience, I feel like I should break this now. Jason and I want to fly someone on the G4 somewhere as part of the show. So we're going to give a giveaway of a flight on the G4 somewhere with us. We don't know what we're going to do there yet, but it is a G4 operated by a wonderful company in Orange County.
Yes.
And they treat us incredibly well. And they keep the plane efficient. Ironically, it's actually a plane that belongs to a very, very wealthy person in Orange County. Extremely wealthy.
Dude, you got an open bar on that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
They're a lot richer than I am.
Oh, yeah.
A lot richer. But anyways, they let us use their plane for a fee. My friend, Randy.
Yes.
This is Risk On, and we're going to wrap it up shortly. But you need to give us the joke. So you're on the spot. You got to have a joke.
Out of your mind.
You got something in your wheelhouse there.
Dude, I don't have.
Come on, man.
I'm not Skyla. I'm leaving that to Skyla. I'm going to show her the respect she deserves and not tell a joke.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Okay, Josh Klein's got it. I'm going to say it.
Okay.
What does a robot do after sex?
Oh, my God.
He nuts and bolts. Hey, that's the joke of the day. Hey, guys, this has been Risk On. It is the 113th episode. It is Friday the 16th of what is this?
July.
July.
This is a fun week, a weird week. Why do people in trailer parks invest in stock market? Because their money is tied up in bonds. Boy. My God. Hey guys, we love you. Really, we do. Thank you to all the supporters out there. I love my family, Randy, everybody, Nick, Jason. We're all here. Take care, everybody. Brett, we'll see you later. Be well.